I'm Malit Payar from the Senior Committee of the Wilderness and Wildlife Protection Society of Royal College. Together with Arit Karnatilaka, we will be sharing, who is also Senior Member of the Wilderness and Wildlife Protection Society of Royal College. We will be sharing our knowledge on one of the most majestic creatures in the world, the rhinoceros. Arit, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, Mali. So we'll be having a little question and answer session afterwards, like after the lecture. So Mali, if you have any questions, then please raise your hand.
The rhinoceros, the unicorns among us. So, Mali, unicorns are not a mythical thing. They were real, but in contrast to today's image of the unicorn, they were not magical and they did not have wings and they did not look pretty. They were fat. So actually they looked like they were very much close to the rhinoceros with giant horns. Moreover, the great one-horned rhinoceros' scientific name is Rhinoceros unicornis, and the scientists have unearthed a unicorn skull belonging to 29,000 years ago. So, but this is not an hard evidence to prove that unicorns are in fact related to rhinoceros, but they are related to horses and tapirs. Hurry to the next slide, please. So, Mali, the scientific name of the rhinoceros is Rhinocerotidae. The order is Perissodactyl. The skin thickness is 1 to 5 centimeters, a bit of a thick skin. I will explain it to you later. And one of the special features of the rhinoceros, which makes it distinctive from the other animals, is they have a horn made out of keratin. So keratin is the substance that makes up the human hair and the human nails. And there are 5 main species of rhinoceros in the world and 11 subspecies. And their length is 4 to 10 feet, and their height is 4 feet 11 inches to 5 feet 9 feet, 5 feet 9 inches. Sorry. And their habitats are tropical and subtropical grasslands, savannas and shrublands, and tropical moist forests, deserts, and shrublands. So, Mali, at present, the conservation status of the rhinoceros is critically endangered, and their size is about 60 inches at the shoulder, and they live to about 35 to 40 years, which is not much compared to us humans, but this is mainly due to they don't much get protected outside national parks and reserves, and their diet is they're herbivorous animals, and their gestation is 16 months. So, Mali, the gestation is the fetal development period from the time of conception until birth. And their main predators are humans, which is us, but the predators of small rhinoceros, the baby rhinoceros and the female rhinoceros, are big cats and male rhinoceros who fight with the female and kill them sometimes. So Mali, these are the parts of a rhinoceros, and Mali, actually they have a very poor eyesight, and they have an excellent sense of smell. They are very intelligent animals. So Mali, as I told you, one of the distinctive features of the rhinoceros is their horn, and the purpose of their horn is to break branches and dig for water and protect themselves from their predators. And their skin is 1 to 5 centimeters thick, as I told you. The thickness is to protect them from thorns and thick grass. And they have very strong legs, and they can run 7.5 meters per second. protect them from predators and such. Similarly, there are 5 main species of rhinoceros. One is the great one-horned, also known as the Indian rhino, and the Javan rhino, the black rhino, the Sumatran rhino, and the white rhino. And we will be talking. The next slide we'll be talking about them. The great one-horned rhino or the Indian rhino are semi-aquatic and often take up residence in swamps, forests, and riversides. They weigh to about 1,800 to 2,500 kilograms, and they consume aquatic plants. They're one horn, and their population is only 3,588 at present. And they live in India and Nepal, and their habitats are tropical and subtropical grasslands, savannas, and shrublands. And the scientific name of the great one-horned rhinoceros is the Rhinoceros unicornis. They have a tricky gray-brown skin, and as I told you, only one horn, and their legs are covered with wart-like bumps, and they only have very little body hair. And Mali, you will be moving on to the next slide. So Mali, the next rhino that we'll be talking about, the next species, is the Javan rhino. The Javan rhino is possibly the rarest large mammal on Earth, and they weigh about 900 kilograms, 2,300 kilograms. Their population is only 74, and they are the rarest living rhinos. Harit, can you go to the previous slide, please? The Javan rhino. Thank you. So they only live in Java, is at present called Indonesia, and their habitats are tropical and subtropical, moist, broadleaf forests. And the scientific name is Rhinoceros sondaicus, and they love mud and feed on twigs too. They also have only one horn. A special feature about this Javan rhino is their skin looks like armor plating. Harit, the next slide, please. So, the next rhino we'll be talking about is the black rhino. So, the black rhino are the smallest of the 2 African species. Now, you might be wondering what the other species is. The other species, is the white rhino. They weigh about the black rhino. The black rhino weigh about 900 to 1,350 kilograms. The population is between 5,366 and 5,627. They live in Kenya, Namibia, South Africa, Swaziland, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Botswana, and Malawi. The habitats are tropical and subtropical grasslands, savannas and shrublands, deserts, and xeric shrublands. And their scientific name is Diceros bicornis. Similarly, a distinctive characteristics of the black rhino is they have a prehensive upper lip, which helps them to grasp leaves, and they have thick skin. They have rotating ears. They allow a small bird to ride on them. They have 2 horns and occasionally a third posterior horn compared to the other rhinos. Right, can you change the next slide? Go to the next slide, please. So, the next slide we will talk about the Sumatran rhino. The Sumatran rhino has been on Earth longer than any other living mammal. They weigh about 500 to 960 kilograms. Their population is less than 80. They are the most endangered rhino of all rhino species, and they live in only Sumatra and Borneo. Their habitats are dense highland and lowland tropical and subtropical forests. Their scientific name is Dicerorinus sumatrensis. It also has 2 horns. So Sumatran rhinos used to roam in Himalaya, in Bhutan and eastern India, but now they only survive in Indonesian islands. They are the smallest of the rhino family, and they are covered with long hair. And sometimes they venture into cultivated areas, which is a bit of a menace to the people living there who are farming and being peaceful. Mali, the last rhino species we'll be talking about is the white rhino. The white rhino is also known as the square-lipped rhino. White rhinos are moving machines, means they eat a lot of grass at a small period of time, and they weigh about 1,800 to 2,500 kilograms. There are 17,212 to 18,915 white rhinos at present. They live in South Africa, Botswana, Kenya, Namibia, Swaziland, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Uganda. The habitats of white rhinos are tropical and subtropical grasslands, savannas, and shrublands. The scientific name of the white rhino is Ceratothorium simum. As I told you, Mali, they are mowing machines and they prefer to eat short grass. So, as I told you, they are mowing machines, they eat a lot of grass to survive. They are the largest grass-eating rhinos. They are semi-social and territorial. So, they mark the ownership of a certain area. So, another rhino will have to fight for that area when that rhino comes to that area. Mali, that's it on this types of species, rhino species. So, Mali, at present there are 27,000 rhinos in the world. By 1970, the amount of rhinos dropped to 70,000, and right now it has dropped to 27,000. And Adit Karnathilak will tell you why this has happened. So, Mali, this is a map on where the different types of rhinos live.
Yeah. So Mali, can you all tell me like why rhinos matter? Anyone?
Yeah, because they are endangered species.
Yeah, okay, Mali. Anyone else? No, okay. Mali, can anyone tell me which rhino this is? Like Mali said that have 5 types before.
Indian rhino?
Normally it's the Javan rhino. So rhinos share the habitat with a multitude of other plant and animal species. The protection of rhinos also help they protect the ecosystems on which they depend, as well as other species, including elephants, buffaloes, large carnivores, and antelopes, and that share their habitat. Rhinos contribute to economic growth and sustainable development through tourism, which creates job opportunities and provides tangible benefits to local communities living alongside rhinos. Rhinos are one of the big 5 animals popular on African safaris, and they also are a popular tourism draw in places like the eastern Himalayas. Mali, do you all know the other 4 animals who are popular on African safaris?
White rhino.
No, Mali, they are the elephant, Cape buffalo, and the lion and the leopard. Rhinos are one of the mega herbivores, plant eaters that weigh more than 2,000 pounds that still live in the world. They maintain the diverse African grass and woodlands on which countless other species depend. If the rhinos do disappear, the savannas and forests they call home will become a distinctly different place, in addition to an emptier one. So, Mali, there are a lot of threats to rhinos. Like some are poaching.
How many rhinos in Sri Lanka?
Mali, there are like rhinos. They only live in Sri Lanka, only in the zoo, like not out in the wild. Poaching driven by consumer demand for rhino horn primarily in Asia poses the biggest threat to rhinos. Most of these horns find their way into the illegal market in Vietnam, where law enforcement is weak and criminal networks grind up horns to sell for the use in traditional medicines or sell them whole as a high-value gift item. China is an important consumer market as well, where rhino horn enters art and antique markets and is sometimes acquired as an investment purchase. As the growing middle class in both China and Vietnam become more affluent and can afford the high cost of rhino horn, they are driving up the demand in the international black market. Rhino poaching levels hit record highs in 2015, with poachers slaughtering at least 1,300 rhinos in Africa. 691 rhinos were poached in South Africa in 2017. The number is slightly decreased in 2018, with 588 rhinos poached. The next is illegal wildlife trade. Although international trade in rhino horn has been banned under the Convention of International Trade in Endangered Species of Fauna and Flora, a global agreement between governments to follow rules to monitor, regulate, or ban international trade in species under threat since 1977, demand has remained high, continues to fuel rhino poaching in both Africa and Asia. Criminal syndicates link rhino horn source countries like South Africa with a series of transit points and smuggling channels to get the product to its final destination in Asia. The main markets are now in countries like Vietnam and China, where rhino horn has become a party drug, a health supplement, and a hangover cure. In Vietnam, there is also a newly emerged belief that rhino horn cures cancer. Third,
Do they use rhino horns to make seedlings?
normally they do not. The third is habitat loss. As economic development changes in grassland composition, logging, and agriculture degrade and destroy wildlife habitats, rhino populations are declining. Those remaining rhinos live in fragmented, isolated areas and are prone to inbreeding, as healthy genetic mixing is more difficult among smaller groups. Also, having a large population confined to one protected area can lead to the effect where breeding is depressed due to the lack of resources, and diseases can spread rapidly through these highly contract populations. The increase in human population also puts more pressure on rhino habitats, as well as shrinking the living species for rhinos and increasing the likelihood of contact with humans, often with fatal falls. As humans, there are various ways we can save our rhinos. For an example, dehorning to ward off poachers, providing rhinos with protected conservation areas, improving local and international laws, and preventing poaching. Dehorning to ward off poachers. Rhino horns are made of keratin protein, which is similar to human fingernail. Rhinos use their horns for digging for water, breaking branches, foraging, maternal care, and defending themselves and their youngs from predators. While the rhino horn is useful to the rhino, dehorning a rhino who is living on a conservation has been an effective procedure that is used to protect the rhinos from poachers. The dehorning operation is performed by licensed veterinarians and physicians for added protection. Dehorning is combined with monitoring efforts to keep poachers away. Rhino horns grow back at a rapid pace. The dehorning procedure is repeated every 12 to 24 months. Removing the rhino horn in a safe and humane manner prevents poachers from harming rhinos. Second one, providing rhinos with protected conservation areas. Wild rhinos are captured humanely and brought to a protected sanctuary. The conservation areas are identical to the rhino natural habitat of deserts, tropical moist forests, tropical grasslands, subtropical grasslands, savannas, and shrublands. Plants that provide rhinos with nutrition and vitamins are continuously planted and throughout the sanctuary. This allows the rhinos to use their natural foraging abilities conservation areas, providing a safe place for rhinos to live safely away from poachers and helps prevent rhino extinction. Africa and other regions of the world are working to improve international and local laws to stop the illegal flow of rhino horn trading and selling. Lawmakers and animal rights activists are working towards legalizing the trade of rhino horns, which can bring up to $500,000 on the Asian black market. Lawmakers and activists propose removing the horns humanely and distributing them through legal channels. Due to the legalization of rhino horns, the new trade agreement will cause the underground selling of rhino horns diminish, and poachers will not be motivated to acquire the rhino horns illegally, preventing the extinction of rhinos. Lastly, preventing poaching. Preventing poaching is the ultimate goal to stop rhinos from being extinct. Poaching prevention measures involve paramilitary training techniques, night vision helicopter surveillance, electronic tracking equipment, and intelligence gathering. Private reserve owners, conservationists, and the public are working together to sign petitions and accept donations that to cover millions of dollars it takes to provide rhinos with protection against poachers. So Mali, can you all tell me what you all can do to prevent rhino poaching? So Mali, you all can donate to stop rhino poaching, train to become an anti-poaching ranger, help relocate rhinos to safer areas, educate villagers, support harsher consequences for the black market sales, educate villagers, speak out against Asian consumption of rhino horn, support dehorning of rhinos, start a fundraiser of your own, sell or buy art that ends proceeds to rhino charities, educate others, and raise awareness in your own community. Mali, that will be the end of our presentation.